What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Ross, I like games, and today we are looking at the new red cards, which are going to be coming out in Themed Booster 2, the World's Martial Arts Tournament. I know I said I'd bring you these on Friday, and I was going to, but then the news about Super Saiyan 3 and Legendary Flute dropped, and shall we say this got pushed back a little bit. My apologies. But we're here now, ladies and gentlemen. We are here now, and we've got a Hercule leader. And it's actually the second Hercule leader we've had, which is very cool. I'm actually a fan. It draws a fair amount of cards. Pre-Awakening, it's got 5,000 power, which is 5,000 less than your average leader. But if there are cards in your combo area, you draw one card and negate this skill for the duration of the battle. Well, combo's going to be at least 5,000, and if you just play a 5,000 combo card for 0 energy, and then draw a card, you're basically getting that extra 5,000. So that's not actually too bad. Because, yeah, you got to play a card, but you get to replace it immediately. So it's just kind of thins your deck without really giving you much of an advantage. But then when your life is at 4 or less, you draw 3 cards and flip over. That is one more than you would usually be expecting. Then you end up with Bundle of Confidence Hercule. When you attack, you draw 1 card. We've seen that before. But during this card's battle, if there are cards in your combo area, draw 1 card and negate this skill for the duration of the battle. And as people have pointed out, it says battle, not turn. So every time this ends up in a battle, you should be able to use this. That could be multiple times per turn. And again, you play down a 0 plus 5,000, because you see it's at 10,000 power here. That's 5,000 less than we would expect. But you combo with a free card, it goes up to 15,000 like it should, and essentially you've dropped a card and picked up a card. So it's this weird kind of leader where you're drawing lots of cards, but you're kind of using them to get you up to the power you should have been at. But it's kind of good for draw power. I kind of like this. This kind of looks fun. Although I can see why some people would be a little bit hesitant. We've then got a whole bunch of duo cards, including another Hercule, which again draws you cards. So we've got Secret Treaty Hercule. You can combo with this card from your battle area, even when it's in rest mode. So this actually gives you a really fun thing where you can attack with it, go into rest mode, and then combo with it immediately, which is kind of cool. And then in your main phase, you can choose 1 card with World Tournament in your battle area, switch it to rest mode and draw a card. So essentially, every turn, you can put this into rest mode and something else and draw a card. And remember, when it's in rest mode, you can combo with it. So if you don't want to attack with it, you can just use it to draw a card. Now, it's got 5,000 power for a 1-cost red, which is about standard. But it's really more for drawing cards and attacking. Then we end up with Secret Treaty Android 18, a 2-cost 1 red card with 10,000 power, which again is about what we would expect. When this card is switched from active mode to rest mode using Secret Treaty Hercule's skill, draw 1 card. So now you turn both of these Secret Treaty cards into rest mode, and then you get to draw 2 cards. And you can still combo with Hercule. Now you are giving up attackers, so it's up to you whether you'd rather attack with them or whether you draw with them. But the two together give you a little bit of a draw engine, and that's pretty sweet. We've also got a heroic duo. We've got Gohan and Videl. Heroic duo Son Gohan, 2-cost 1 red, 10,000 power, all fairly standard. When you play it, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with 10,000 power or less, and KO it. That's actually pretty nice. I like this. Just takes away a battle card from your opponent. And then you've got Heroic Duo Videl, a 1-cost 1 red, which can be used as a counter, which is pretty good. And of course, as it says on the card, this can be from your hand. And if it's down there in play, if Heroic Duo Son Gohan is in play, this card gains 9,000 power. Now that's important because generally it's a 1-cost 1,000 power. That's not good. Whereas if Heroic Duo Son Gohan's in your battle area, it turns into a 1-cost 10,000 which is a heck of a lot better. Generally speaking, it's 5,000 per energy cost. 10,000 for one cost is a good card. You just got to have your Gohan down as well. Now we also have some tiny rivals here, Goten and Trunks. And if we start off with a bit of the old Goten, it's a free cost, 15,000 power, 1 red. It's got barrier, which means it cannot be chosen by the skills of your opponent's cards. And if Tiny Rivals Trunks is in play in your battle area, you turn into a 20,000 power double strike. That's good. 15,000 for free energy, fine. 20,000 double strike for free energy, that is an awful lot better. If we have a look at Tiny Rivals Trunks, it's got critical as a 15,000 free cost, which is pretty gosh darn nice. But if Tiny Rival Son Goten is in play, it gains 5,000 power and double strike. So now you've got a free cost, 20,000 power, double strike critical. That's very nice. Now the free cost isn't ideal, but 20,000 power is good. Critical, so when you do damage to your opponent's life, it goes to their discard or drop area. We're in Dragon Ball after all. Rather than the hand is good. Plus you're doing 2 damage to a leader. That's pretty gosh darn good. This set, they do seem to be going all in with these pairs, and I can't blame them for that. Now we also have a Dark Duo here. Dark Duo Babidi is a free cost, 1 red, 5,000 power, which is low. It's got barrier, but it better have a good skill. When you play this card, if your leader is red, choose up to one of your battle cards with 15,000 or more power and switch it to active mode. Not 100% sure it's worth it, but it's kind of interesting. You basically play it, so you play a really good card, and then it goes into rest mode, and then Babidi comes down and puts it back to active, and then sits there with 5,000 power and barrier. Barrier is good because 5,000 power is asking to be taken away, but I'm still not 100% convinced. The good news is we also have Dark Duo Dabura, 4 cost 2 red. It's got barrier if Dark Duo Babidi is in play. And when you play this card, you get to choose 2 of your opponent's cards from their hand and send them to their warp. That I like a lot. And when it leaves a battle area, your opponent gets those cards back. Which is a little bit strange. You're just kind of borrowing them for a little bit. I'm going to take these. You'll get them back when I leave the battle area. I mean, it's fine. Not completely enamored if I'm honest with you, but it's fine. Now, the next pair isn't really a pair per se, but they work so well together I think they're worth mentioning as a pair. Tainted Power, SPOPOVICH and YAMU, free cost 2 red, 15,000 power, fine. But when you play this card, choose up to 1 card in your battle area and place up to 5 cards from the top of your deck under the chosen card. That seems weird. That seems like a weird skill. Until we look at Razor's Edge Yakon. Or Yakon. I'm going to be honest, I've watched those episodes recently, cannot remember how to pronounce that name. 2 cost, 2 red, 10,000 power, all fairly standard. This card gains 5,000 power for each card placed under it. But when your opponent attacks with one of their cards, you get to place 1 card from the top of your deck under this card, and if there are 5 or more, it goes to your drop. So you need to use this, and you need to be careful. So SPOPOVICH and YAMU, it's up to 5 cards from the top of your deck. So you take 4 cards from the top of your deck, chuck them under Yakon, and then you're sitting there as a 30,000 power 2 cost card, which is very, very nice. Of course, as soon as your opponent attacks with one of their cards, you've got to take another card, and then you're at 5 and you go straight to the drop. But there is a little bit of strategy here in that you can look at your opponent's board and go, right, I think they can only attack with 2 cards next turn, so as long as there's only 2 under Yakon, I can have him as a pretty good card, and I don't think my opponent's going to get rid of it. So there is a little bit of strategy in trying to predict how many times your opponent can attack, trying to make sure it will stay around. Interesting, but I worry it won't actually work too well. Now, there are a couple of red cards that just don't fit into pairs at all. You do have a Poi Poi Magician's Lackey, 2 cost, both red, 15,000 power, and critical. This is more than you would expect from a 2 cost and critical, so that's really not too bad. 15,000 critical for 2 cost is pretty nice. And then we've got Babidi's Spaceship, a field card, just stays out until another field card goes down. And during your main phase, you can switch the card to rest mode, look at the top card of your deck. If it's Dabura, Poi Poi, or Yakon, you can pop it into your hand. It's a 1 cost, which is nice, but if you don't have the right card on top of your deck, you don't get it. It's fine. I fear it's not going to see a huge amount of play because I don't know how often that's actually going to work. And then we've got some combo fun time. Now, weirdly enough, we've actually got 2 super combo cards in this particular set of red cards. We have Vegeta, Power Misused. It's a 2 cost, 12,000 power, which is slightly above average, but let's face it, you're playing it as a super combo. If you combo with it and your leader is World Tournament, just World Tournament, no color specification, and your life is 5 or less, draw 1 card and it's 10,000 combo for free. Any World Tournament leader regardless of color, and you get to do it at 5 life remaining, not 4, I can live with that. Then we have Mighty Mass Powers Combine, again 2 cost, both red, 12,000 power. Super combo, if your card leader is red and your life is 4 or less, you may choose 1 card in your hand and place it in the drop area. If so, this card gains 10,000 power for the turn. Then choose up to 1 red Son Goten and 1 red Trunks Youth, each with 15,000 less or power, add them to your hand and shuffle your deck. So you've got to wait until 1 more life has been used and it's only a red leader, though it doesn't need to be World Tournament. But 10,000 extra power and you get to do some searching? That sounds alright to me. And then finally, we've got Hidden Power East Supreme Kai, which is quite nice, but it's really a combo card. 2 power, both red, 15,000 is quite good. But if you combo with this card, it costs 1 energy, but it's 10,000, not 5. Choose up to 1 of your attacking cards, and it gains double strike. Maybe you can use this with Poi Poi, for instance. That little 2 cost, which also had critical and 15,000 power. Or maybe you use it to give Hercule double strike. I'm a little bit excited, to be perfectly honest with you, ladies and gentlemen. I love this Hercule leader, and I think a bunch of these other cards have a little bit of potential as well. But I would love to hear what you think about them in the comment section. Go nuts, but remember the rule. Do be nice. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, and follow me on Twitter at the Wossy. I'm going to be back with more Dragon Ball videos and some Transformers videos and probably some video game opinion videos as well. Lots to look forward to. But by far the most important thing, as always, is to look after yourselves until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross and you've been watching Wossy Plays.